African basketball is going to run through Nairobi. So the WBLA will be at Nyayo, and the Elite 16 will be at Kasarani. So the Nairobi Thunder are going to be active, and I'm going to be monitoring them. They've been quite quiet, and there have not been too many transactions. So the only thing that we've been seeing is their stories of them practicing, which is a good thing because uh, they need to be ready and they need to defend home court, similar to what we saw last year. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video talking about the Thunder because I've held off making videos about them because I went in depth talking about how they played in the actual BAL season 5 where they went 1-5, and they're trying to get back to BAL. And in this one, I'll be talking about the WBLA and what I think about these teams and do these venues make sense. So about a year ago, I made a video talking about the infrastructure in Kenyan basketball, especially touching on the Nyayo venue and the Kasarani venue. But I emphasized on Nyayo because the Nyayo gym, I call it a gym because I don't think it fits the mold of a stadium, especially when it comes to basketball. Okay, the football stadium is okay, but basketball is an indoor gym and it's very small. So the WBLA will be there, and I'll be covering our Kenyan teams. So, I mean, KPA, of course, I'm going to go ahead and talk about you. And you've seen the craziness that was exhibited last year in Zanzibar. They went and played, and they couldn't even make it to the WBLA. So hopefully this year they're going to be able to uh, get past and make sure that they are able to qualify because had they finished number 3, they will have made it and they will have at least gone ahead and played in the actual WBLA. So, I mean, will these venues work? I don't know. The other time, Kenya, we got embarrassed, especially when it came down to the heavy downpour that was seen, especially in Nyayo when it was raining. Water was dripping into the arena, and you could see some time the games were kind of being interrupted by the rain, and also blackouts that have been happening. So hopefully, fingers crossed, these things do not embarrass us again, because these are the things that are exposed, especially in big tournaments like the one that we have seen. So I'm saying hopefully because the stadium management have done nothing to improve Nyayo. I mean, Nyayo has been the same for decades and nothing has happened. And you can see in large part, you can see KBF throw the blame at the stadium management because KBF have, they've only rented that venue. They don't have like the leeway to fix anything. But I mean, that's just an excuse that they use to be able to go ahead and exonerate themselves of any fault. But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, WBLA qualifiers are going to be there, and the only thing that is going to stop KPA from even qualifying maybe it's themselves and how they play, because I've seen a couple of players who play for the national team playing KPA, and they've really struggled, especially when it comes to club championships. And they're looking at can KPA or even Equity or even ZTEC. I've seen ZTEC post it there. Can the Kenyan teams be able to make it to the WBLA? Because in the AWBL, I mean, KPA and Equity were able to make it. Equity, they finished number 6, and KPA finished number 2 at that time. And a lot of things have changed, especially in the continent. As you can see, the East African teams, especially the club teams, have been making a lot of signings. And one thing that I've seen this year, especially when it comes to the women's side, it's going to be very hard for our Kenyan teams, especially in the WBLA, to make some significant noise because if you look at the signings that are being made from the other teams, vis-a-vis the signings that are being made here in Kenya, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one, similar to what we have seen even in the whole Road to Ball Elite 16. You've seen Dar City make a power grab. You've seen a lot of teams get better. And for our Nairobi Thundermen, they have been very quiet. And it's something that is quite puzzling. I did not expect them to, be that quiet. But anyway, it is what it is. So, will these venues work? I mean, time will tell because hopefully there's no downpour because nothing has changed. And in a previous video that I made, like over a year ago, like just like I mentioned, There were a couple of pieces that showed why Nyayo was banned from even KBF Nyayo, why they were not a suitable venue. But looks like how KBF conducted themselves that time, they were able to at least regulate the crowds. And what they did was overcharge for tickets, and you're going to see the same thing, and especially for the Kasarani games for the Elite 16. I don't know if the KBF are going to overcharge people for WBLA, because I don't know if people are that into the women's basketball scene, because when it comes to women's basketball, I don't think they pack out the gym like that. But only time will tell. But I'm waiting to see their ticket prices, because I made a video talking about the extortionist prices that KBF have, especially when it comes to tickets. And I did not like the way they were conducting the whole thing, especially when it comes to tickets. Ticketing is something that they have used as ammo to be able to regulate the crowds, and you could see they were charging at exorbitant rates. The local games that people are used to going in and checking out, regular tickets were like 200 bob, but because 200 Kenya shillings. But when it came to the whole road to Bal, the regulars are at 1,000. So where the big question is, where does that money go? So where I'm yet to see that. They have not released any official ticket prices. I'm going to make sure to keep tabs on that. But all in all, will these venues work? The sanitation is poor. I've been being sent a lot of images and and videos on like what is really happening, and honestly, it's very embarrassing, and it's not something that is looking good for us. And looking at how incompetent our federation is, I'm going to be taking a closer look at these things and just talking about them. But anyway, it's been a while, and I'm going to be releasing a video talking about the Thunder, because man, the Thunder have been very quiet. I've held back talking about them for a minute, but hey, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about them right now. So in the next video, not right now, but I'm patiently waiting to see what the ladies are going to do in the WBLA. Will our women's teams make it to the qualifiers? May make it through the qualifiers and make it to the actual WBLA? Because it's been almost like 2 years. We have not seen a team like KPA, because I mentioned KPA a lot because they're a team that are always in the gunning for those for that WBLA and making it there. But they have not been able to last year. They were not able to, and I'm not sure if they can. And I'm going to also talk about them as that. So it is really. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below on what you think about this. I'm talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.